Hi, I'm Ashwin Filander. You are watching From the Cape with Bass, hosted by Daniel Peterson.
So, Ashwin, can you tell us about your first musical experience?
Yeah, Daniel, definitely. So what happened was I was at the age of, I think, 8 years old, where I started realizing that my dad actually plays the piano in church. So, but in that same time, I lived with my granny as well. So then my granny would get up every morning. She wakes up at 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock she starts singing, and whether you awake or not awake,
Tell me, why does the story sound so familiar?
I mean family, you would know. You would definitely know. Yeah. So I mean, in fact, that time you would actually get up on that time. So I mean, we've experienced that, and so 5 o'clock every morning, and a lot of times it woke me up. But for me, it was because I started loving the music. Like now and then there wasn't this proper note in it, but she would sing, and that's the most important thing.
There was never a proper note.
Yeah, and from there, again to church, where I ended up in the AFM, and that is where I actually looked at music in a light of like I actually love music. Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us why the bass guitar specifically? What drew you to the bass guitar? What drew you to the lower notes?
Yeah, man. With the bass, like I never really had an interest really in any instrument actually, even though my father played, like I really didn't have. But this one Friday night, so we had like youth, and my mom knew this one guy, and she asked him, "Can you not book his band for this Friday evening for the youth bash?" And okay, firstly, it started with this is my uncle as well, Daniel Peterson. He's the man. So musically, I would hear every morning, every day, every night. I know you would play music. You would even come to me and say, "Hey, check out this album." And that time, I didn't even had interest in playing bass, and I also bought my first bass from you. You
Ah,
know?
no.
Yeah.
Long time ago, no?
Truly, truly. So, yeah, and then the evening started, and they played this one specific song, "Give It All to Jesus." And the way that guy played, it just sounded right for me. Like it was supposed to be like that. And from there on, I told my mom, like, I want to play bass. And that's where we were looking for a bass, but like, we just thought, no. I think my mom and you actually spoke about it and
Yeah,
surprised me with it.
yeah.
So, yeah, and from there, it's just history. That's where my love started for bass.
Okay. After discovering that you want to play the bass, did you go for music lessons? I remember, like, I hooked you up with Wesley Ruston. I don't know, was it 5 or 6 years ago?
Yeah, about 5 years ago.
Yeah. So can you tell us about that and also how you started playing your scales and your chords and your stuff if you were into that? Yeah.
Definitely. So what happened before I came to Wesley Ruston? So I had a friend of mine. He taught me like for 2 weeks. Then by the second week, he was like, he cannot teach me anything else. Like he doesn't know what to teach me. So from there, I had friends that I would maybe just ask randomly. I would go and show me that line, or what are you playing? I would even come to you, if you can recall. Like I would be like just listening, or you would tell me just play with the bass. And for me, every little bit of information I could get, I was greedy. I was very very greedy because for me it was like I'm loving what I can get from the bass. So, but and even up to I still have that same mindset with it because I believe one note can change the entire thing.
Yeah.
And for me, I, I after that I had a friend of mine at Ravan October was at UCT, and Lechester Williams. He was at SEMA at that time, and they would give me a few things, and from there, fast forward, I came to Wesley. So Wesley gave me the insight of actually reading. Firstly, how important it is to actually read.
Yeah, yeah.
Very, very important, guys.
Shout
Like
out to Wesley Ruston.
truly, you're a man. Thanks. So, and it cost me to walking every day to Wesley's house, but I had pleasure in doing that because just by information he would give me. And he would say like, you don't need to play extra note. Music, reading music would actually teach you not to play an extra note,
Yeah.
but to play that. and that shaped my mind to understand like you don't really actually need to give a lot of notes to be able to prove yourself, or, you know. So Wesley gave me insight on reading and also like scales, and he gave me like pages, like yeah, that guy has books, you know. So he gave me a few pages to check. In fact, the first thing I'd say that stuck with me was the page you actually gave me, was the one with the circle of foots, you
Oh,
know,
yeah, okay.
and the different Iolians and all. That changed my life. Like a lot of guys would ask me like, what you checked out for scales and all those things. That's actually the foundation.
Yeah,
Like I would swerve those notes wherever I want to, but for me, a sound is actually important. So I don't really have a musical background as of studying, but like with Wesley, I that was very professional. So he would take me as a full-on student. So that's where I say my musical um, teachings or
Education.
education came in here.
Okay.
One
Okay.
more thing,
Okay.
sorry, Carlo Joester, that guy changed my life. I just need to say that. He's the one. I think I was grade 11, and then still on school that time when I met him, and he was like another friend of ours. He invited Carlo to say, "Hey, you must go to this guy." And in fact, he told me I must go to Carlo and check him out and all that. And then one afternoon I came from school and Carlo's waiting for me at my house, and he's like, "No, Donnie said I must come to you." So I even didn't know like it was a hooked up thing happening there. And like from there, I was like, "Yo, this is the mighty Carlo Joester." Like the way he plays was just for me. That's what I would love to aspire to sound like that. And Carlos said, I can teach you, but like I have nothing to teach you, but we will have musical experience together. So when we would get together, he would say, listen to this song, let's play this song, and what can you learn from that song? And continuously it shaped my mind because many times we wouldn't even start a bass, but just by talking, you know, and it will make things very easy on a bass. So shout out to Carlos Wester for really being amazing.
Cool. I remember you started out with Kunjalo playing just down the road here. You played for them. I think it's 2009,
Yeah.
2008,
Yeah.
2009. Yeah, you started out with them. And I remember your journey, and you also toured USA, and then I think you went to Joburg like 2 years ago, and
Yeah.
you came back. I don't know why, but anyway, you did.
Good reason why.
And then also Jesus Collective. Can you tell us about that and how you guys are doing? Because I see you guys on Instagram and you're moving around. So you went to, I don't know if it's Nigeria
Kenya.
or Kenya. Okay.
Kenya.
Yeah, that was before lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tell us about that quickly, please.
Definitely. So what Kunjalo, yeah, back in 2009 actually. So Rorik Saladin was the one that actually hooked me up with that. So I came to him after church. I'm like, because for me, that time I was like, those are the guys, like you can't touch them and you need to just greet them and there you go. But like Rorik was the one that came to me and be like, I hear you play bass and come one Tuesday. That time it was on Tuesday, so come one Tuesday for rehearsal and you can just listen what Dion is doing, what is Carlo doing.
That's Dion Kennedy.
Dion Kennedy, definitely. He's the OG. So I came there one Tuesday and both of them were like, you have potential. And I didn't understand it at that point. For me, it was like, you guys are you really like the OGs in music. You understand, and to play here, it's a huge scale. Then fast forward, I played for another group, and then Bishop Manny came to me because in fact I was helping the other group out, and Bishop Manny came to me and said like they need a bass player now because Carlo.
Is that for Kunjalo now?
For Gonzalo, yes. So Bishop Manny came out of the church because I was attending church that time as well. So, but Carlo was the bass player in church, Carlo and Dion, but like Dion retired and Carlo took over from there. So I said, definitely Bishop Manny. There's no question asked. Like, it's an honor for me. And from there, it just was history. We went to the USA probably like I think that was 2010, I think. Yeah, but some few years later we went to USA and I just had the craziest experience. Like for me, it wasn't about building my career or making money, anything. I promise you, for me, it was like, what am I experiencing here? It's not. It's a handpicked experience, you know. So from there, yeah, we toured like 14 different states we traveled to. Uh,
And I'm still waiting for my fret rap. But anyway,
Me too, as
someday
you
I'll
can
get it.
see.
Someday I'll get it.
Yeah, so from there, and things just went for history. Like, God just continuously opened doors. Like, thanks to Bishop Manny for believing in me, and to each and everyone that was a part of Gonzalo. Like, I truly had the most amazing time of my life. And yeah, fast forward. So then I moved to Johannesburg, and
I remember this day. Everybody was crying. Ashwin was crying. His mommy was crying.
truly, truly,
Grandmother was crying. His brother was crying. The girlfriend was crying.
everybody was crying.
Everybody. And I'm standing like, what the hell?
Yeah, truly was sad. It was really sad because like that was a step that I took that I myself was very scared of, but I did it anyway. So yeah, so I actually started off with Jonathan Rubin before we came to Jesus Collective.
Yeah.
So fast forward, then Jesus Collective started. So it's a collective where we have different people together now.
Yeah.
So we we would have Luis Obala, we would have Slay, we will have Jonathan Rubin, we will have Mahalia Buchanan, we will have from Cape Town, Spencer J. Kennedy, we have David J. Janchis, we have Veronica maybe. Oh, there's a few
Yeah,
of them that's in it, but we are a ministry group, and this is what changed my life.
Okay.
I'm together with them for 3 years now, and that changed my life because it's a ministry. It's not a gig. It's not you're gonna perform with someone. It's literally a ministry where we just want to go there and proclaim God's name so that souls can come to Him.
Yeah, yeah.
That changed my life because that's my granny's. You know, like my granny's strong on that thing. So yeah, I'm with them for 3 years now, and we just go to different cities. The last time we flew was to East London in the beginning since COVID, and we just had to have small gatherings in Cape Town, but yeah, that's what we do, and we just get souls. We have souls of Jesus, like that's our mindset, and we we don't ask charges for our souls because we believe that God makes all things possible.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a ministry group, and we're now running for almost 4 years now, and it's amazing. It's really amazing. It's a life-changing experience where you can experience God, and not just because the people around you that's doing it, whether they understand as well. Like, listen, I'm not important here. Like, I am a big artist, but like I know to understand that God is the only artist amongst us. So yeah, Jesus Collective.
Oh, that's interesting. Can you tell us about the gear that you're using? I know this guitar here.
Yeah.
You got it last year.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
Last year.
Can you tell us about that and how that came to be? I like your strap.
Thanks so much.
One day when I'm older, I think I must acquire one of those. Yeah, can you tell us about that and also the endorsement, the string endorsement, and I think this is the endorsement, right?
Not yet, not yet. But the company that I'm endorsed with, Marshall Music, they arrange all those things for me. So they got it from Tom's, and because I had to wait on it as well, there wasn't any stock of it because it's boutique based. So they made it available through Tom's, and I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, and so this bass is a BTB 845 single cut. It yeah, it's not a passive or active switch, like it's straight on active, but I can actually get it to sound like a
A passive.
passive bass. Yeah. So yeah, I have the normal setup. I have volume, I have bass, I have
I see there's a toggle switch there. What is
yeah.
that for?
I'm gonna get to it now. So then I have my mid range, and I have my treble, and then my pickup blends. So what this it's a three-way switch actually. What it
Okay.
does, like, it gives me different frequencies.
Okay,
So,
okay.
frequency switch. So yeah, I normally I would play it like up or down. I wouldn't really in the middle because in the middle it's between up and down. So I love it actually on three. I'll call it on three.
Okay.
Yeah, the strings that I use, I play DR strings. I am endorser of DR strings as well. Thanks to Marshall Music and Dane Marshall for actually helping me on that. So the strings that I use are DR strings. I am a proud endorser of them as well. Shout out to Dane Marshall and the Marshall Music family for helping me to get my international endorsement with them. So this is the set that I use, Pure Blues. They are truly amazing. They last long for me. Like I I feel they're very sweet to play and tender. They're not too rusty. You know, even like the tone when they maybe rust a little,
Yeah.
they will still sound good.
Mm.
So yeah, but today I want to bless Daniel Peterson with this
Wow.
pure blues.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks so much,
Thank you
man.
so much. Thank you
It's a
so much.
pleasure. It's a
Thank you
pleasure,
so
man.
much.
Enjoy them.
I will.
Enjoy them.
I
Enjoy
will.
them.
My guitar can't wait or doesn't know what's waiting for it. Thank you so
Definitely,
much.
it's a pleasure, man. So yeah, DR strings and concerning amps, I'm actually an Aguilar fan, but I play pretty much everything. But normally with my Jesus Collective setup, I have the Warwick cab with the Warwick 1000 LWA head. That's my standard rig that I would use. But if one day when I'm old enough, I would love to play Aguilar. Aguilar, but they truly amazing. But yeah, concerning amps, I'm not too much in being specific.
Okay. Thank you so much. Any advice for young up and coming bass players and musicians?
Definitely. So for me, Daniel, like you should truly sit down when you do music. Sit down and ask yourself, what do you want to do? Because even in my time, when I grew up, there was already people that's been playing. I'm coming in my generation. There's already people, guys, that's coming up, and they truly amazing. So if you have 1,000 leaks, it's not gonna save you. It's not gonna bring you money. Like save money. Most importantly, like when you get your gigs, even if you save 100 rand, my granny would always say, save money for one day, my child, and that is most important because you're securing that way. But don't put your mind to just getting money because money will not follow you that way. Be a good person, be very humble because that is truly gonna open the doors for you. Like you would never believe money won't even open doors for you.
Yeah.
Like it has its way of opening doors for you, but like your humbleness will naturally open doors for you, and that's only by trusting God and asking God. Like you don't have the gig now, but you want to aspire to be at that gig, or you're waiting on something.
Yeah.
When you trust in God, trust me, I've been there. There was a time in my life I played for not been playing for like 2 months, and for me that was a stage of like trusting God, asking what are you gonna do now, and then I got this open door with um, the Fuga Theater, a story that was written by David Kramer Canala, and I did that for about 4 to 5 months, and that made me realize that if I had to focus on the amount of money that I wanted to get, I would have never gotten it. But I trusted in the Lord, and He made a way, and money was just flowing from there.
Yeah.
So continually be humble in in what you do, how you are. Like I believe, I always say, when I don't have this instrument in my hand, who am I? So that is how you create your character. So I don't want to speak with someone and someone gives me a line and now I'm speaking through my instrument. You need to be able to put down the instrument and speak to someone and have a proper conversation because that's going to take you to life. You need connections. You need to listen to what people say. You need to have a learning spirit. So yeah, continuously to work hard, like definitely practice. That there's no doubt in that because tomorrow you will get that gig. And I always tell a lot of people. In fact, that time I used to say a lot like, always prepare yourself. While you don't have that gig, prepare yourself because when that gig comes, those people are not gonna be like, "Are you ready?" Or they booking you because they believe you're ready.
Yeah.
So always prepare yourself, and that way you will just see God open the doors for you. So yeah, definitely just secure your life in God's hand and continuously always like don't just focus on music. There's a lot of other. If you want to make money, rather do it with something else. I'm gonna be real now. Like music is not gonna secure you that house. You know, like you're gonna have to work many years to get to that.
Yeah.
So work on something else as well. Do music as your profession, great. But like just get something else as well to boost your music so that you can be like you have
Boost
another
your income.
boost your income definitely. Yeah. Because that way you know you secure your future as well.
Yeah.
So that 50,000 will make a difference next year. You may not have it now, but
Is that what you get? I think I should do music full
riches
time.
in God.
I think I should do music full time. My wife will be happy.
But definitely, like that is my advice that I can give from my own perspective, like what I experienced. Yeah. Remain humble.
Yeah, Ashwin, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for coming out here. I know you traveled far.
Come on.
Yeah, keep on making us proud. Keep on making me a proud uncle and make
Definitely,
the family
definitely,
proud. Thank you so much.
definitely.
God
Thank you
bless
for the
you.
opportunity. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks to Daniel for and me to give him a shout out. This is something that not a lot of people they thought about, but they didn't do it. This guy is doing it. So please follow and like the page on Facebook, Instagram, and also on YouTube. You're gonna be blown by the story.
Thank you for watching this video. Please share this video with your family and friends. Follow from the Cape Wood Base on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you so much. God bless you.